Okay. So first, let us know what pivot table is and why we use it. So pivot table is a very powerful tool that we use in an Excel, and it is used to calculate, summarize, and analyze our data. And with the help of that, we can know about our trends, pattern, and we can also do comparison. Is it clear? What is pivot? You will get to know when we make it, and when we use it, you will get to know how we can use it with the help of analyzing trends and everything. So that much I think is clear. Is definition clear? Right, yes or no in the chat box. Okay. So to create a pivot table, just click on any cell, go to insert option, then you have a pivot table option. Just go there and you can see that my Excel has already selected my range. If you want to make any changes, you can make it, but it has already selected and I want to select that only. So you can select the range like that. So I want my pivot table in a new sheet. I don't want it in an existing sheet. So I'm just selecting new sheet that is already selected. And if I click OK, you can see that I got a pivot table in another sheet, right? I'm just changing the name of my sheet. Can you see that? And here you can see I got a pivot table field also. Oh, can you see the screen? Just be active with the chats, everyone. Okay. So first, let's analyze the data. What data we have. Here you can see I have a data of our classroom students. We have name, gender, age of them, their classes, their house, as well as their marks of Unit 1, Unit 2, and final test. Okay. So we have a classroom data in which we have the name of student, their house, their classes, their ages, and their marks of all the tests. So what pivot table can help us to do? For example, if we want the marks of male and if we want total marks of male and female students, how can we get it? Either we can get it by using filter option here, like if I use filter here, then we can get that, or how can we get, like if I choose my filter option, I want the total marks of male and female audience. So either I will select like that, take the sum. So let's see the sum of it. Let me hide that first. Okay. So if I see the sum, you can see that the sum of this is 882, right? And then we have to select female again and get the sum again. So it will be very lengthy process, right? Okay. I have to select female and then do the sum. So it will become a very lengthy process, right? So instead of this lengthy process, we can just make a pivot table. And what I want here is I want the total marks of my male and female audience. So first, what we need to keep in mind, the thing in which we are doing the calculation. So here you can see I'm doing the calculation in my marks column, right? In my final test column. So that should be added in my values thing. So I'll just add in my values. I got the sum. And what I want male and female. So my male and female column is in gender, right? Is in gender, right? So just choose gender. So I'm choosing my gender in my rows. You can choose in column also. but you can see that column is not looking that great. We are not able to analyze that properly with the help of column. So I'm using it in rows. So that's what a pivot table is. Now you can see the total marks of male and female, right? Can you see the total marks of male and female audience, everyone? So that's how we can use the pivot table for. If I want, if I don't want this grand total, if I want to remove that grand total, because in the question it's written that I only want the total marks of male and female. It's not written that I want a grand total. So better to remove it. You can off the grand total, or you can make another changes also, like you can have banded row. All these things we have done with in tables also. Banded row is nothing, just a design kind of things. Same is banded column. This here you can see we have different kind of styles also. Okay, so this is column header, row header. We can remove it, we can add it. Okay, so I think this thing is clear to everyone. It's very easy to know, I guess. So if I am giving you one more question, I want everyone to answer it. So what I want is, I want the final test result of every house. How can I have it? Write in the chat box. Okay, first write in the chat box, how can I make my pivot table? How to make a pivot table? So to make a pivot table, what we have to do? Answer me. So to make a pivot table, we just have to click on any cell, go on insert and make the pivot table. That's it. But everybody is taking too much time. So what I want is, I want final test result on the basis of house. So how can I have the final test result on the basis of house? What I have to enter in my value column, right in the chat box. What I have to enter in my value column? Yeah, right, true. Why am I getting only one answer? On house in column or row. Row is better, but you can add in column also. So if I want to remove my grand total, how can I remove it? Yeah, right, Shubham. I want answer from everyone. Bhargav, you also answer. Yeah, we can simply right click, or we can remove it, or we can go to design, then we have a grand total option and we can remove it like that also. Okay, so if I want to know that how can I get this, how I got the, so if I want to know that how I got the total final result of Bhumi house, then for that just double click on it. It will give me a new sheet and it will give me how I got the total marks here. It will give me the table of that. So here it's written there, Bhumi house is written and final result. So it's just summing all these things. So what we need to do is, for example, we want to know if the detail of my YU house, how I get the total marks, just double click on it. Yeah, we will be discussing about that also. Okay, so let me tell you more. So if I make some changes on my table, for example, before that, let me tell you one more thing. So here you can see I got the sum of final test result, right? If I don't want the sum, I want average. How can I get the average? Right now we have the sum of final test. I want the average instead of my sum. How can I get that? So we can just get that with the help of just go to pivot field options by right clicking on it. And I want the average, so I'm clicking on my average. You have more options like count, max, min, product also. So I'm using average. So you can see that I got the average. If I want the maximum marks, just go on value field setting, click on it, and I got the value maximum field marks. If I want to know how I got the maximum marks of my female audience, just double click on that part and you can get that. Or see, if I make changes on my table, for example, if I increase the marks of any student, let's increase the marks of a female audience owner. So let's make her 100. Okay. So if we go to our sheet back, you can see that my maximum marks are still 98. Can you see that? But I have make changed here now. I have changed the maximum marks to 100. Why am I not getting the result? Or how can I get my result after changing my data? Just go there, pivot table analysis, refresh it, and here you can get it. Is it clear? Is it clear? If I made change on my data, how can I make the change on my table also? Just don't need to do anything, just refresh it on pivot table analysis. Then, for example, I am adding one more row here. So I am adding a row date. So I'm writing date here, or just I'm writing date here, or just write instead of date, let's write birth date. So we are writing some random years. So just writing some randoms dates. Don't focus on that much. Now, if I want to consider my birth date also in my table, how can I get it? Let me clear that content. So if I want to add my birth date in my pivot table, how can I get it? Just go here. In pivot table analysis, I have a change data source thing. Is it visible? Is it visible? So just go here and I want to change the data source. I want my date corner also, so I'll add it and put OK. So now you can see I got a birth date column also. Okay. So if I want to add a timeline to my table, I'll tell you the use of timeline when we will be learning about night data thing. I'll teach that also in this class only. So let me tell you how to add a timeline first and how we use it, why we use it, will teach you in the next data today only. So just right click here. You can see I got the option add a timeline. Is it clear? Can you see the option add a timeline? Here also you get the option of insert timeline in pivot table analysis and then right click also. If I add that, you can see I got a timeline. So in that timeline, I can either have years, I can have days. So if I have days, I want the data on the 18th day. So no one has the maximum marks on 18th day. Just uh, change the data first. Let me make the name of student here. Instead of gender, let's remove that. Name, and I want it in 14th. So it will be changed according to our date. In this date, we don't have any timeline that we are giving. If I write 23, You will get to know about this when I'll explain about Nike data. Just I tell you what timeline is and how we get it. We get it by right clicking over my date corner in where I want a timeline. So I think this much is clear. Is this much clear? Is this much clear? Okay. So let us move toward. Okay. So here you can see I have another data, Nike retail partner data. So in that, I'm having this data so that you will get to know about real world questions that are asked. So it's a Nike retail data and just analyze the data first. What is in this data? So we have retailers, their ID, their dates, and in the region they are at, in the state they are at, in the city they are at, what product they are providing, and what price range they are providing. All these things are there in this table. Okay. I think this table is clear to everyone. Okay. So let's move forward to questions first. So for example, our manager asked us that he wants the sales by region data. If he wants the sales by region data, how we will provide it to him? He's not good in Excel that much, so we can provide it him to him with the help of a pivot table. So let's create a pivot table first. So to create a pivot table first, what we have to do, click on any cell. After that, go to insert option, click on pivot table. It will select our table and just put OK. Okay. So just tell me one thing, that how we will get to know how many rows we have in this table. How can we know that how many rows are there in this table? It's very simple. We talk about it in previous classes also. There is one shortcut to do so, to go at the end, non-empty cell at the end. What shortcut we use to go there? Yeah, control down. So you can see we have this much of rows in our data, a very big data it is. So let's move forward. Thank you, Sonora, for coming into the session. I'll provide you the recording. No worries. So let's create a pivot table first. So to create a pivot table, insert, then pivot table. Right now, I want it in an existing sheet. So I'm creating a data in my question sheet only. So I'm using existing worksheet and my location. Okay. So our first question is, what's our sales by region? So just first, in what column we are doing the calculation? In what column we are doing the calculation? Yeah, total sales, right. So we will put that total sales in our value column, value field. And after that, what we want sales by region. Then we put our region. So now you can see I got sales by region. But as you can see, my data is very large. I want to put a currency there. My data is in dollar. My manager don't know about it. I want to show him that also, that my data is in dollars. How can we do that? Just right click over it. And here you can see we have an option of number format. Just go there, then go to accounting. With the help of accounting, we can add the symbols or we can change it also. So I want dollar and I want no decimal point. So I'm writing 0 here. So if I put OK, so you can see I got dollar sign. Is it clear how I got a dollar sign? Okay. But still, as you can see that my data is very large and it's little bit difficult to know this much of numbers, right? A lot of big numbers are there. So what will be the best thing to convert it into percentage, right? So we can convert it into a percentage by right clicking on it, and there you get the option show value as, and I want the percentage of grand total, percentage with my grand total. So I'm using that. So now you can see I got the percentage with my grand total. Is it clear? It's interesting, right? How many of you are facing it like with interest? Like, is it interested to you? Are you liking that, what I'm teaching? So then we want, for example, our manager want the data, this data in a dynamic form. Like he wants in a time frame dynamic want, like for a quarter or for some years, like that he wants it. So first, let me add sum of total again in my column so that you can see. So what my manager want, he wants time also, that he want to see the changes with the help of the quarter, like in quarter or month wise or year wise. So I just told you how to add a timeline. So my timeline is in which column? It will be in my date column only, right? So just I'll insert my timeline. Invoice date column has my dates only. So now you can see I got month wise timeline, right? If I add July, you can see I got the data of July. Total sales, I got the total sales in my July month. September, I got the total sales in my September month. Okay. But I want it in a form of quarter. How can I change that? Just go here in the month column, in the month option, use quarter. So if I click on quarter, you can see I got the sum quarter wise. In my first quarter, in my second quarter, in my third quarter, like that. Is it clear? Is the timeline clear to everyone? Okay. So now what we want is, I want top 10 state in terms of sales. So first we need to make a pivot table. So just go to insert, click on the pivot table. I want in an existing worksheet. Where I wanted it, I want it here. So now you can see I got that. Excuse me. Sorry for pausing it for a second. So what we want top 10 state in term of sale. So what columns we need to add where? Just tell me that first in the chats. What things we have to add in these options? In value, what we want to add? Just tell me that. This is the question that I am talking about. Top 10 sales in term of sales. Top 10 state in term of sales. Answer me. No, Bhargav. State and row, right? Let's take state and row and sales in the value, right? We need the total value, the total sales. So here, now you can see I got my states and their total sales. So I only want top 10 states, right? In terms of sales. So what we can do is first we can sort it. So I'm sorting it in descending order, Z to A. Then what we need top 10. So just go here, click, right click, uh, right click it here. Then you can see we have option of filter where it is. Um, Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. Here you can see we got option of filter. So I want top 10. We can change according to us. If I want top 2, I can do that also. For example, I only want top 5 rows. I can get that. So now you can see I got top 5 state in terms of sales. Uh, what are you talking through? We have a sort option. Yeah, more sort options. So if we have something like top to bottom, left to right, then we can use that in more sort options. Is this clear how we get top 5 states in term of sales? Do anybody want me to explain it again? Oh, so now what I want is I want how much do we sell? It's sell, not sell. How much do we sell at each price range? So first insert a pivot table in my existing worksheet in my questions set. Oh, um, in my question sets here. So what I want is I want how much do we sell at each price range. So first what we need to get each price range, right? So where we have price per unit here. So I am giving price per unit. And then how much do we sell? So we need to have total sales. So now you can see I got a very big data, right? It's very large. So what we can do is we can group it. How can we group it? Just click over here, right click it. You can see we got option of group. So I wanted to start with 10. I wanted to end with 120 and I want a gap of 20. So now you can see I got my data in terms of groups like 10 to 30 range, we have a sale of this much. 30 to 50 range, we have a sale of this much. Or if we sort it, let's sort it in descending order. Now you can see on the range of 50 to 70. 50 to 70 ranges have the more sale. So what the answer was, if we like make our range between 50 and 70, then our sale will be maximum. If I made the chart also, it will be more clearly to make the pivot chart. Just go on pivot table analysis. You get a pivot chart option using a simple column chart. So here also you can see that 50 to 70 range has the most sale. Okay. So our decision will be if our company want to take decision according to it, so it will take the decision that our price range should be in between 50 to 70, then the sales are the maximum. And the most costlier things like 110 to 130, the sales are very less there. And what else we can see? Even the cheapest things are not that sellable. The moderate things are mostly sold in our company. We can see that with the help of this. So now do you get it how we do analysis with the help of our pivot charts and tables? Write yes or no in the chat box. I'm using it in my this sheet. So now we want a regional sales report. So we want the sales in the based of regions. So first we will select regions on my values column, and then I want uh, then we want to have, but if I want the total sales sum in 100K format in the chart, what we need to do. Okay, in the chart, I told you in the charts place also when I told you about how to make a simple chart. So just click it here. We have formats also, labels. You can change the number according to you. So for example, if I want to add currency. So I can add currency here. I want dollar symbol or I want rupee symbol. I can add it here. And we can also make any changes. For example, you want it in a K format. So we can add K here. Oh, let me put 1000. First, I need to remove the decimals. I'll remove the decimals to 0. So that's how we can give the dollar sign. Okay. So what was I teaching? I was teaching about regional sales report. So I want the sales based on the regions. How can we have it? Just cross it first. So first I'm using my state and I want a regional sales report. So I want region in my filter and I want total sales. So now you can see in this filter column, if I add something in my filters, I got a filter kind of thing. So I want a report on the basis of my regions. I want a regional trace report. So if I add anything, you can see I have an option of, in my options, I have an option of show report filter pages. If I do this on the basis of region, it will give cause I have just give one thing in my filter. And if I do OK, then you can see here in my leaf column, in my leaf place, let me first hide name, hide floating it. So now you can see each filter will got a new sheet. Is this clear? Arindam, is it clear to you what you asked me before, how to get a dollar sign and how to get 1000 form? Okay, so is this clear how I did the report in the basis of my regions in different sheets? How get I get the report? Just go on options. You will get a show report filter thing. Okay. So that's all about pivot tables. We will do one more sheet that I have shared with you also. I want you guys to solve the answer of that. So that's the sheet that I have shared. So in that you can see we have different type of customer ID, their premium, model year. Let me first. Okay, who will tell me like how can I like get the width of my columns perfectly according to the data they have? How can I do that? I want to adjust my width of my columns. How can I do that? That I told you in my first lecture only. I think everybody should know. How can I adjust the width of my columns? Yeah, we have auto fit width, but what's the shortcut? Yeah, that's also a shortcut. Let me tell you the easiest way. Just select all the columns, go at the end, and double click it here. That's it. Did you get it how I did that? Just go at the end, double click it here. You will get it. Or one more thing I'll teach. So if I little bit drag it, if I drag it a little bit, no double click is there, I'm just dragging. You can see all the width, all the column have the same width now. All the column will have same width now. But I want to auto fit the width, right? So what I'll do, I'll just select my all the columns and double click at the end. Same with the rows, select the rows and double click. So let's move to the questions. The sheet I have shared with you also. Even one person has sent me the answers too. Might be he had done it before. So I have just told you, just recognize that data first. So in this data, we will be talking about the cars, the company and the price, all the things, payment mode, CNG kit. Do they have a CNG kit or not? RTO, car type, company, claim bonus, roadside add-in, and owner type. Is it first hand or second hand? Year, premium, and their ID. So, so make a summarized table having a total premium for each company. So let's insert a pivot table first. So I want a pivot table in an existing worksheet. Let's click on the location where I want my pivot table to. I got it. So what it's written on my first question that I want a total premium for each company. What thing should be added in which area? I want everyone's answer. What thing should be added in what area? See the question. I want total premium for each company. Answer me. Arindam, Rupesh, Ratna, Bhargav, Abhijit, Vikas. Answer in the chat box. Yeah, right, Arindam. So what I want is I want total premium for each company. Company in row. So let's select company in row. And then what we want? We want total premium. So we want total premium. So just add premium in my value because I want a total. Okay, if I want the average premium, how can I do that? Right now I'm just getting the sum. If I want the average, how can I get the average? I told you that just now. Yeah, how can I add average in values, Bhargav? Just click it over here. There you get option of value field setting, add average. That's how you can get average also. Okay, but I want some, so I'm adding some. Okay, so then we have another question. Make the above table and show the data only for the model year after 2012. So we want to show this data after 2012. How can I do that? How can I do that? Giving you 1 minute to think. Hmm, I want the same data after 2011. How can I do that? Think a little bit, you will get to know how. Okay, okay, I have to use model year. Giving you a hint, I have to use model year. In which portion I have to put the model year? Tell me that. In which area should I put the model year? In row. Let's try to put in row. Did I get the data after 2011 here? Yeah, filter. Right, Arindam. So if I put in filter, now we can filter it according to us. So here we want the data after 2011. So just select here. I want the data after 2011. So just select all the values after 2011. It's not, he didn't said us to select 2011. He said after 2011. So just select the data after 2011 and you will get your answers. Okay. Okay, tell me one more thing, that if I want to know how I get this data, how I get the data of this cell, how can I see that? How can I see that how I get the data of my this cell in Hyundai row? I'm not getting any answer. Why? Just double click over here. You will see that we are using this things to get this data. It's very long. That's why. See, here we are using only Hyundai. And here in model year also we are using every value above 2012. It's very large data, so maybe you will not be able to get it. But I just told you about that classroom data also, which is very short. If you want me to explain that again, I'll do so. Okay, just tell me, do you get that or not? Write yes or no in the chat box. Okay. So what I want is, let's remove it here. I'm not making more pivot tables. So what our third question is saying that we want to compare the premium of different car types for each company. How can we do that? What we want premium of different car types for each company. And what about premium? Yeah, let's try that. So what we want company on row, car type on columns, and premium on values. We want car type also, Bhargav. You haven't used car type. So what we need to, we want to compare different car types for each company. So we can do that also. We can just make it over here. I'm liking that more, so that's why I'm using like that. Okay. Okay. So let's move forward to our question number 4. Bhargav, did you get that? What we did in this question? Okay. So our fourth question is, I want within each company check the total premium for different payment modes. I want total premium for different payments mode within each company. So write the answer, what we can do. Think. Answer me in the chat box. Arindam Bhargav, answer me. Within each company, check the total premium for different payment modes. So first premium is, this is the question, this one. Within each company, check the total premium for different payments mode. I want to check the total premium for different payment mode. You can see on data the payment mode with that we are using, net banking, digital wallet, etc., etc. I want total premium for different payment mode within each company. That's your question. So premium is easy. We need to put it on values. And then we have payment mode. Where is our payment mode? Okay, let's see our data. Payment mode is with payment mode only. So it must be there. Let me search it. If you're unable to search it, you can write like that. I want payment mode. Then within each company. So within each company. I got this. Is this clear? Yeah, right. Bhargav, yet you forgot one more thing. Right now. Okay. So what our question 5 is saying, explore different report layout designs for question number 4. How can I get that? Yeah, right. Mhm. Okay. We just need to change the reports to first to this only. If I put it in column, we can get like that. So second is this. So these are the different forms, report layout forms. Okay. So for example, if I put like that, let me put my payment mode in my filter column. Okay. And what I want is, I want each payment mode to be on another sheet, and I want their uh, sum of premium in separate sheets. How can I get that? I told you about this also. What I want is, you can see in filter, I put the payment mode, right? Double click on the table. Why I should double click on my table? I got the thing that how I get my report. You didn't got my question. What I'm asking is, you can see I got uh, different payment mode. For each payment mode, I want a different sheet. That's what I want. Okay, go to the option. Then, then, then what option should I choose? Show report filter. And it is only for the filter thing that we have put. If I put OK, now you can see that my each payment mode got and another sheet, got a separated sheet. UPI got one sheet, net banking will got another, digital wallet, credit card. Got it? Oh, so let's move towards our last question. I just explained, Bhargav. So just go on option and just select this option. This option will only be pop up when we use something on our filter thing. So we have put payment mode on filter, then we used company, and then we used premium. So where is my premium? Yeah, here. So if I do that, go on option and I'll get a separate sheet. Option get a separate sheet. I'll got a separate sheet for everything. Like I go get here. You can see I get a different sheet for everyone. I'm not making it again, otherwise my table will be, otherwise my data will be very clumsy. Is this much clear to everyone? Now we want to get top two payment mode for each company. How can we get the top two payment mode for each company? Top two payment mode for each company. Payment mode and filter option. Let's try that also. Okay, Bhargav, just answer me one thing. What filter will do? And payment mode. Just answer me that. What filter does? It just gave me the things in filter. How can I get the top two with the help of this? Batao? How can I get my top two payment mode with the help of my filter? Filter helps me to filtering things. So if I add credit card, I'll get my credit card thing, sum of premium of my credit card. That's what filter does. But here I want top two payment mode for each company. Company. We also want company. Answer me. How can we do that? I don't want this. I want to select all. So how can I get my top two? Okay, what thing I have to sort it in them? For each company I want, no? So what thing I have to sort? And how can we do it? We just click it over here, go on sorting, and we can sort it. For each company we want it. So we have to give company in this because we want for each company. So we will select the company. First, we will do for Honda. Okay. And then I'll get the sum of premium for Honda. Just right click over here. You will get the option of sorting. Sorting set to A. Then click it over here. Right click it. You get the option of filter. I want top 2. So I'll select top 2. Like that, you will get top 2 companies for each top 2 payment mode for each company. If I'll change it, my payment mode will be changed. Is it clear? Is it clearer in the? Okay, good Bhargav if you want to say it like that. Okay. Any confusion to anybody about pivot tables? I think it's clear to everyone. The topics that I teach today is clear. All the things so fast, but yeah, I got it. Okay. Let me stop my recording first.